So, what's the other fun we've got going on? Well, this is part 2. And you might notice something's different here. These pieces look rather similar. These pieces are starting to get thinner. Well, that's because these are the wall pieces which are supposed to be there. But Lugard, the company we got it from, sent a whole load of wood. Lots and lots of wood. But the trouble is, they sent wood of different lengths, but instead of using the different lengths of wood necessarily where they were supposed to, our builders tended to cut up the long piece of wood to make the short ones, rather than using the short piece of wood which actually come for the shorter spaces. When I found that out going this, I wasn't particularly happy, and I did explain why. But this meant that when it came to doing this wall, they claimed there wasn't enough wood supplied by Lugard to fill the plans. And that would cause an issue. So this wall has been assembled by me. And actually in the middle here, because there are these lovely pieces of offcuts which were left, I have used some of the nice piece of offcuts to make one of the pieces. And I'm going to use some wood filler I have to make to fill in the gaps. But I'm also going to sand it down so it's nice and smooth. So by the time anyone is looking at this, they will never know, well, they will if they watch this video, that it wasn't actually one piece of wood. And that's my apology to the wood, because frankly it was abused by the builders. But that means I've assembled it, and now I've got to start. Now, this is going to take more than one day, of course, to work, because that wood filler hasn't even arrived yet. But as you can see, it's already starting to feel smooth across like one piece of wood. Now, what's even more fun is I'm of course going to paint this, and then it's going to be covered by bookshelves. Well, actually no, this bit might well be model railway. Thinking about it, yeah, it might well be model railway space. But either way, that means eventually, hopefully, when anyone who hasn't watched these videos walks in here, they will not notice this at all. It will look like any other piece of wood. be repaired. But it's something you can actually do. Again, it's one of the great ideas when you're using it, when you've got all this tongue groove wood, you can start manufacturing pieces of wood and use a tongue groove to hold it in place. The lovely builders also walked off with my mallet, which does explain some of the shaping, but it does mean I've managed to treat myself to a new mallet. So this will be done. It'll be filled, painted, and I've also got the ceiling to do today, to put the wall, put it up to there and do some cutting. So you'll probably see some jig work in a bit as well. Yes, I'm going to be using my jigsaw. What can I say? It works. And I'm at an angle. I would use a handsaw, but honestly, if I'm making those fine angles and fine shapes, I can do it with a handsaw. But I can make it far more precise with a jig if I've got the bench set up properly. That's it. Time I'm finished, you will never know this is not more than one. This is not one piece of wood unless you know watch these videos. But I am very lucky. It is very good quality wood, and for that I have to thank Lugard, the manufacturers. It's very good. And we're also lucky we've got a very good electrician in, because you should see the amount of electrics going on in this place. We have full fuse box. This is my office, by the way. So if you didn't realise it, this is my office. Full fuse box, full power sockets going up, lights already installed. That up there is power and the network cable for the Wi-Fi and other stuff which is going up in the corner, so I don't have to have it running from that power supply. And my sister's office, which, as you can see, is currently home to the Iron Brew, because if I have that all next to me I will just drink it all, so I have to put it, store it in whichever office I'm not in. And all my power tools. Currently in a bit of a mess. I have to admit, I've had them all out at various stages this morning, and instead of putting them away neatly, they have all been just left on the floor where I can go grab them. Because I'm committed to using just one tool at a time. There is a reason for that. If you have all your power tools out, and this was something my grandfather taught me and my dad begrudgingly accepted, if you have all your power tools out within easy grabbing distance, you'll just go from power tool to power tool and you won't check in on the wood. For example, this one. I spent some good time doing it this morning. It's as nice as it can be. And it's all ready. So now it's been left, because there is no need yet to cut it up into the batten lengths I need. Because, of course, it's not long enough to go across. So it's going to become the side battens, which means it's going to be cut into 3 lengths of roughly 60 centimetres. And it will do nicely that. But if I did that straight away, then the wood wouldn't have a chance to sort of settle down after all the sanding and all the other work. And I haven't got much time, but I've got enough time for that. Anyway, back on with the wall. Take care, everyone. Hope you have a good day, and hope you're enjoying these videos.